Hi guys, I just wanted to let everyone know that I will be doing a video on Trump and on RFK and on Elon and on Tulsi. I understand that there was a lot of confusion as to how I could ever vote for these awful people. I get it. I watch the other side of the news. I actually watch all news. A lot of people I find watch only one side. As a libertarian, I actually watch all sides of the argument. As someone who was a never Trumper for 8 years until August 2024, yes, a few months ago, I actually hated Trump and I actually hated the idea of people voting for him. I could never see myself voting for someone like him. And after RFK pulled out of the race, he asked us to endorse Donald Trump. Initially, I was not going to do it. Initially, I did not want to do it. I was going to still vote for RFK out of protest and just out of who I believe in. And it only wasn't until we were asked to join the Trump voting team that I saw another side of the story. And of course, a lot of you are going to hear that and be appalled and think, oh, well, he does this and he's racist and he's sexist. And it's like, honestly, I get why you're saying that. So I'm going to do a video basically going over what I've seen, and you can make your own decisions for yourself. Of course, we are all going to be biased, and there's nothing that's going to stop that. What I am going to do is just show you why I made the decisions I made. And maybe you can at least just understand where I'm coming from, and you can make your own decisions because I'm from a camp of watch everything and make your own decisions. And what I believe a lot of people do is just watch only one side of things and make decisions. So, of course, we're going to make different decisions. We're watching different things. So, I'm going to show you a lot of the things that I've been seeing, and you can make your own decisions. So, it is unfortunate that a lot of people have just briskly judged me without asking me how I actually feel about things. And that's honestly my fault for not communicating why I believe in what I believe in. So instead of just having this message war of people individually messaging me, all these things of just how could you, he's this, he's that. We're going to get into it. More to come. Again, I will try to make videos on Trump, on RFK, and Elon. I feel like maybe even a little bit of Tulsi because apparently someone who served in the military for 21 years and is still currently serving is a Russian propagandist. It's pretty insane what's being pushed on the left. And if you only listen to left-leaning news, you are going to only make left decisions. So obviously, more than half of America voted for this change and this shakeup in leadership. Why? Why have all of these people decided to vote for such a tyrant, such a dictator, such a sexist criminal, such a felon? It's like, okay, so we're gonna get into it, and you can look forward to a really well done video. I'm gonna basically spend a lot of hours every day just going over making this video, and I'm gonna make it so that you guys can just be like, okay, at least that is why he thinks the way he does, and we'll go from there. So thank you again, and you can follow me again at Room to Improve X. I've decided that I'm gonna just let my inbox climb. I finally zeroed it for the first time over the last few weeks, but it'll always just keep going up. It went back up to 5. As soon as I get it to 0, it goes up to 5. So what I'm still going to post. Please don't be bothered that I'm posting while your message is unread. What I'm realizing is I'm being paralyzed in my posting because I don't want people to be offended that they message me and I'm still posting. But the fact is that I need to be outputting. So that's just something that people are going to have to deal with. That I am going to get back to everyone who messages me. I am just going to now value outputting content more than replying because what has been happening is I've just been spending hours and hours just giving very full detailed replies versus just making the content that I could have just copy and pasted to the next message. And I'm finding myself repeating, he's this, he's that, he's not this, he's not that. And it's like, I'm just gonna make content instead of replying to people. And I might consider just doing a Q&A maybe once a month at that rate, because a lot of people don't know, I'm actually trying to become a DJ. So both are happening simultaneously. I'm trying to become a DJ while also getting into health and healthcare, politics, all of the stuff that's important in life. Also, really quick, I wanted to say that I'm going to put a link in the comments to the Joe Rogan and RFK Jr. interview. Now, if you've not seen this interview, To me, this is just to me, this is an absolute must watch for everybody. If you cannot see yourself sitting down for 3 hours and listening to this, doing yard work, doing dishes, doing laundry, just listening to this, what I would ask is that you listen to 20 to 30 minutes of it, because that'll take care of itself and you'll realize how important it is to finish the rest of it. This is very important stuff. They cover all of the controversies that surround RFK, as far as vaccines and just general controversies behind RFK. If you're on the left side, obviously you're going to have very jolting reaction to even being asked to watch such right-leaning people. Well, first of all, what I will say just right now is that Joe Rogan did not host Trump until he recently just did, because he did not like Trump for the longest time. There are many montages of Joe Rogan shitting on Trump. He did not like Trump. Joe Rogan was a Democrat. Joe Rogan was a Democrat for the longest time, started becoming more of a moderate towards COVID. And then after COVID, say now right-leaning moderate, because of all of what the far left is doing to the Democratic Party. And about RFK, it's kind of crazy because as a millennial, I didn't grow up with JFK, with RFK Sr. I didn't grow up with those people. So I didn't really know that they were the base of the Democratic Party. They were literally people's ideas of what Democrats were. Joe Biden has a bus of RFK Sr. in the Oval Office. You can see him in the interviews. There's RFK Sr., literally his face as a bus behind him when he's giving interviews in the Oval Office, because he is the cream of the crop, Democratic ideal belief. He believed in everything that the Democrats believe or were supposed to believe in today. And now the Democratic Party has shifted away from that.
This is the White House. This is it. It was the Resolute desk that John Kennedy had. I chose the things that sort of represent why I got into public life to begin with, for real. I wanted to be able to sit at my desk, but I looked down to see the two heroes I had. One was Dr. Martin Luther King, and the other is Bobby Kennedy.
RFK was born from the Democratic Party. His entire family is from the Democratic Party. Literally, I think he is the only Kennedy that is now not a Democrat. So all of the Democratic beliefs that you believe in, all of the social issues that a lot of people post about, RFK believes in all that. A lot of people don't even know that Trump was actually Democratic up until about a few years before he actually ran for office. One of the first times on The View discussing how he was going to possibly run, and they were talking about his political beliefs, and he stated he was a Democrat for most of his life, and then only started to run as a Republican for all these reasons that we're going to get into. I just saw a thing about Joy Behar on The View saying that Joe Rogan believes in dragons. And then Joe Rogan just posted a rebuttal showing the actual clip that she's referencing. And he's talking to an anthropologist who is going over how pterodactyls possibly existed at the time that humans did. He agreed that the possibility of that could possibly have been. It's like,
do you hold any weight? Do you think that holds any weight? Like,
no,
there's actually dragons?
I mean, we know there were large flying lizards during the times of dinosaurs, right? The only weight that it could possibly hold is that like a few of those somehow survived much later than we previously thought. But I think that there were dragons attacking human beings and civilizations? No, I don't. But it's still interesting.
It's so much cooler if there were.
Right.
And like the fact that we know that pterodactyls did exist, that's cool.
Right.
What would be way cooler is if they existed with people.
Right, 2,000 years ago.
Why is that?
The left is literally picking, and then you have Joy Behar saying, I checked that he believes in dragons. Yeah, I really checked. He really believes in dragons.
That's why people like our show, because they know that we are checked by ABC News. But
we're checked by everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if we're wrong, we have, the legal note here.
The human legal note?
But we went from Walter Cronkite, basically, to this guy, Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. I checked it. He believes in dragons? He believes in dragons.
Did you triple source that?
Yes, I did. And he also thinks that dragons, like dinosaur-y type of animals, roamed the earth when people did.
The clip literally says nothing of the sort. So the left is constantly lying to its following. What's crazy is I feel like the Democratic Party of the followers are all good people. And then you have the Democratic leadership who is leading them astray, just lying out their asses about all of these different crazy things, and everyone, because they only listen to them, that's all they hear, and they say it with such certainty. And it's the marketing 101. You say something enough times, you say it long enough, people are going to believe it. People don't question it. I caught someone the other day on Facebook reposting something about how Elon kicked Stephen Hawking off of X just because he said something. And I literally looked it up. I looked up on X, I pulled up Stephen Hawking, and I was like, okay, Stephen Hawking has been posting all day long, and there's no controversy of this such. And it's like that person literally just posted some bullshit that was told to him by some meme. And it's like people just keep reposting a bunch of untruths without even checking themselves. And this is a thing, guys, primary sources versus secondary sources, okay? So for a lot of us who forgot, you're supposed to look at both. Primary sources are the actual person who said the actual thing, and secondary sources are people who are reporting on what that first person said. So what we're seeing is a lot of people are making their opinions on Trump, RFK, Elon, based on only secondary sources. Imagine if you were trying to run for political office and I go to do homework on you. And the way that I do homework is that I look at people from CNN and MSNBC and ABC, and they have a lot of shit that they're going to now talk about you. And I'm only going to believe what they say. New York Times, New York Post, I'm only going to believe in what all of these people say. And I'm not actually even going to listen to you because these guys know what they're talking about. If they think you're shit, then you're shit. So we're just going to keep going with what they have to say, and everything that you actually have to say. Honestly, they quoted you saying something pretty bad. So anything else you said is not worth listening to. Guys, this is high school 101. You got to listen to both. So I listen to what they say. Okay, they must be a bad person. Let me go hear what they have to say. Then you have to listen to what they have to say. And this is why we have such a division in our country right now. This is why we have people, I cannot believe he would even vote for someone like that. It's because the person who is saying that never listened to the actual people that they're talking shit about. And I hate getting all frazzled over all this because it's just so frustrating that we have such smart, intellectual people basing their decisions off of what someone else said about them versus what the actual person said themselves. So please do me the favor, if you ever hear a slander about someone, some sort of a crazy conspiracy theorist talk about conspiracies, how about you go look at the actual interview where that person is saying that thing versus these articles just taking literally the little clip that someone says. For instance, let's just go over this right now. Obama was going to a bunch of Kamala's rallies saying Trump is racist because he is someone who has said that there was very fine people on both sides at a KKK march. And you look at the actual clip and they take literally the first half of him talking, and he does say there are very fine people on both sides. He does say that. And then what you don't see is the other half of the clip where he says, except for the KKK and the white supremacist people, those people are awful. I'm going to roll the clip right now.
Neo-Nazis started this. They showed up in Charlottesville. They showed up in Charlottesville to protest.
Excuse me. They didn't put themselves down as neo, and you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group. Excuse me. I saw the same pictures as you did. How about Thomas Jefferson? What do you think of Thomas Jefferson? You like him? Okay, good. Are we going to take down the statue? Because he was a major slave owner. Now we're going to take down his statue. So you know what? It's fine. You're changing history. You're changing culture. And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay?
So this continues to happen all the time. And as someone who was a never Trumper, I used to listen to all that stuff and be like, yeah, how could people believe this racist, sexist person is wanting to do good for the world? Well, he's obviously racist and sexist. Look at all the things he said. And it's like, damn, you literally look back at all of these little micro instances that they cite. And it's like, if you look at the full context of which Trump was talking, it's like he literally was not those things that they're posting. He is not racist. He is not sexist. He is not all these things. And we're gonna get into it, but I got lost in all that. So, anyways, please consider watching at least 20 to 30 minutes of this RFK Jr. interview. It basically will answer so many of the questions about why this guy is not a conspiracy theorist, why he is literally an environmental lawyer who has been working to fight for the land, for the people, for the last 40 years of his life. So I will make videos about all of these things. Please give me some time. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to become a DJ, music producer, content creator, political content creator. I have to work. I love my girlfriend and want to do things with her. My family, my friends. I just adopted some chickens. Guys, there's a lot of things that I got going on, so I'm gonna try and do it all. So please hang in there. I don't like putting out content that I don't like. I'm a perfectionist that ends up leading to analysis paralysis. I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to just learning how to just output even when I don't like it. So there it is. So please like, share, subscribe, follow, all the things. Thank you very much for your support and much love. Happy holidays.